What's going on, everybody? Q here from Retro Q Gaming, and with the upcoming next generation consoles from Sony and Microsoft just mere months away at this point, well, there's still one question that's creeping through everyone's mind, or at least my mind anyway, because frankly I've barely seen this discussed anywhere, and something has really brought it to the forefront, and that is the topic of remasters. Now, we all know one of the big thing that's been touted so far is smart delivery, and that's just a marketing term and buzzword for it. But essentially, many companies, many developers, many publishers are offering you a free next generational upgrade. So if you buy an Xbox One or PS4 version of a supported game, when you get around to getting a PS5 or an Xbox Series L, you will be automatically given the new next generational version upgrade for free. You'll get all the bells and whistles afforded to you by more powerful consoles, probably higher resolution, better frame rate, one would assume at least anyway, but it's still 30 FPS a lot of the time. But you see the point, a lot of them are offering you a free upgrade, and this comes in the form of high profile publishers as well. Ubisoft, EA, CD Projekt Red, some big names, hell, even all the Microsoft stuff is included in there as well, the first party Microsoft stuff. And everyone has kind of just assumed Sony would do the same thing, but they've been fairly quiet on that front. In fact, they've said practically nothing about it. And they may have inadvertently announced that they're going to do the opposite. Now, of course, take this with a grain of salt because it's still not 100% confirmation and it's just one single example, which may not be the gold standard, which may not be the entire process going forward. But let's look at the potential idea that Sony will not be giving free upgrades for any of their first-party exclusives if they do indeed decide to remaster their games for the PlayStation 5. Now, so far, only one remaster has been announced, which is the Spider-Man remaster. I'm not going to include Horizon 2 because that is a cross-generational game. No, it was not developed from the ground up for a PlayStation 5 and then backported. If you believe that, you're an absolute sheep, an absolute idiot. Go listen to Lion Ryan and get the fuck off my video. But anyway, back to Spider-Man here. Spider-Man, of course, has no confirmation of a free upgrade if you already have your existing PS4 version. In fact, it seems the only way to get a copy of Spider-Man Remastered on the PlayStation 5 is by buying the Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition. So you are paying a decent chunk extra in order to get it. I have also seen talk that the remaster will be sold digitally by itself on a PlayStation 5, but well, the point is still the same. You have to buy it no matter where you get it or how you get it. And this brings up a big question for some of the other high-profile first-party Sony games as well. Ghosts of Tsushima was a very big game this year. Naturally, many people would be clamoring for a proper next-generational remaster, if you will, where the game doesn't run like shit at 30 FPS, has a nice bump in resolution and visuals at the same time. The Last of Us Part 2, that absolute disaster of a game, one would assume that would be a prime example of it too. Although, to be honest, Outbreak Day, or The Last of Us Day as they're changing the name to, is just a few days away, so probably expect the announcement in there. But there's also other big stuff as well, maybe Horizon Zero Dawn 1, and of course God of War. Many of these games would be prime material for a PlayStation 5 remaster with all of the aforementioned benefits from next generation. But so far, even though it's only one case, if this is what the track record is going to be, Sony seem to be charging people for their next generational remasters. They seem to be opting out of upgrading their own stuff just to rip you off again. And that, lads, is pure, unadulterated, high-speed SSD bullshit.